and got absolutely nothing. And I was just like, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole again, and I backed out of it.
We're live now.
We're live now.
Wow.
Oh,
there we
Tim's
go.
like, oh crap.
He
Yeah,
does
you know
that. He likes to push that
I
button.
just
Not so anybody.
pushed
We're
that
just
button.
talking. And it's like,
I just pushed that button.
Wow.
Welcome, guys. Wednesday evening. It's the Roundtable. We got Tim's here.
Stop.
Welcome. What is going on, guys? Caught Tim a little off guard for just going live right there. I was gonna interrupt, but you just kept going. I was like, all right, I'll just let you keep going. We'll just roll into the show.
That's
I like
all
that. We
good,
got
yeah.
Tim here. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Yeah, people already don't like me, and now you're gonna live mid sentence.
What's going on? Ken's here. Kellen's here. Swami, what's up, man?
What's up, guys?
How you doing? Captain Crockpot, how you doing tonight? Tim, how's your night going, man? You having a good day? I'm gonna throw you up here though.
Yeah,
Throwing you up here.
Oh, okay. I'm doing all right, man. Work was busy, but fortunately, I work from home. Fortunately, unfortunately, I think that it comes with its own.
It sure does, yeah.
Right.
I'm self-employed too, so when the kids are home, they're still in Michigan right now, but when they are home, even though they're 17 and they're usually just on their phones, every now and then because they're twins too, boy and girl, they'll just start doing the just jabbing at each other. It's like, shut up.
at me. She's looking at me.
It's a lot. My son is just over a year now, and so I live in New York, so I have a railroad apartment, which is typical in New York, believe it or not. So we just open all the doors. He runs back and forth from end to end.
There you go.
So he's at that good age where he kind of watches himself now.
That's like New Orleans. I grew up in a shotgun house. Like,
Yeah.
like, you got to go to somebody's
Ken,
bedroom to
what's
get to
up?
the kitchen, basically, and then
Yeah.
back. So
Right across the bottom, Steph.
it's a me.
We know
it's a
that
my
guy
channel.
too. We know that guy too. What's up, Adam? How you doing?
Hey,
Hey
what's up?
guys.
So we got a few things to talk about today and a few things to show off, but I wanted to start off with just talking a little bit about your work, man. You've been putting yourself out there a little bit, and that's I know that's not easy for somebody to do that when they're starting out in the drawing business, but your stuff, you've been doing this a while. How long you been drawing?
So off and on since I can remember. I grew up in a household where we didn't have like the latest Nintendo games and things like that. So I also grew up with my older brother. We fought a lot, and so we were regularly on punishment where they would take our Game Boys and stuff away. And one thing we always had like a crate of cards and comics in the closet that we would pull out and just start drawing and stuff. And so I actually went to school for graphic design, graduated quite a while back, almost 8 years ago. And so I had kind of dropped it, honestly, after I graduated. I know that there's a lot of conversation around sketch cards right now in the hobby being less frequent, only because of the pull rate ratios. And I was kind of telling you guys this before we went live. I've been talking to Lewis ever since I met him at MegaCon, and he's just awesome. And he's been doing some great work too. And he was like, hey, man, get back into it. Like, and he was kind of the first person that encouraged me. And my wife is always like pushing me to get back into it. And so, I owe those two people specifically a lot. And yeah, man, I've been trying to find my way around it, dabbling with different types of, mediums, pigment brushes. I mainly do acrylics for the most part. Now I've been playing with color pencils because I feel like the skin tones just come out cleaner.
Nice.
Color pencils on that small of a surface.
Sure. Yeah, because all the different types of mediums take different, or the different types of paper or canvas or whatever you're using take different stuff better, right? Some things take oil better, some things take the pencils and markers. Yeah. This is one that you this was last week, right? You did this one last week because you sent us the penciling kind of during the show.
Yeah, we were
up after.
yeah, you guys were on, and I think Justin was on with you guys, and you guys were kind of talking, and I was just like, I was sitting here in the office. My wife was watching television with my son, and I was just like, let me just like draw while let me do something while I'm listening to you guys talk about Marvel cards, and I felt inspired. I think in the show we brought up like Fantastic Four characters, so I kind of had this Galactus kind of sitting in my head since like that Dan DeSantos kind of when he jumped on with you guys, and so I was like, let me take a shot at Galactus. So.
Nice. Yeah, I like how you added the border in here too. That's nice.
Yeah,
it's always a nice touch when the artists do that.
Yes. Yeah, the acrylics make that a little bit easier because the acrylics kind of sit on top of the card, not necessarily the card.
Okay.
The card is not absorbing the paint,
so they're not bleeding over.
So it doesn't bleed over.
Nice.
It's a little bit more. I feel like acrylics are more forgiving than oil paints. I've yet to touch oil paints again. I did it once in school, and I did horribly. So I've been trying to stay away from them. I think eventually I'll make my way to them. But you see guys like Dre who uses oil paints. I think Charles Hall is another one. Even Lewis has been using oil paints, and there is something a little bit intimidating about it because it's not very forgiving. Like if you do decide to go in a direction, you can't backtrack. Whereas I think Simone Bianchi like posted a Thor that he did years ago, and all of a sudden pulled it out his portfolio and like reworked it years later because acrylics can lend itself to that. Like you can just do things the way you want. So
I like the Galactus with the mouth open because you never see him with his mouth. You always see him like stoic, just kind of like, like he could be hit with like nuclear bombs and he'd just be standing like, but that looks like he's actually really annoyed by something. So
and somebody just really pissed him off.
Yeah,
and it's not completely done. My final touch is like just and it's tough, man. But I do want to do like a silver line and kind of make it appear like Silver Surfer's kind of flying by him. Also, what you can't tell from the picture is that the red is metallic.
Oh, okay,
cool.
So there is a shine to it. When you see it in person, but
nice. William asked if you do commissions, can you just do pencil?
Yeah, I pencils is like my first love. So yeah, I would definitely do pencils. There's a couple cards that I started out with pencil that I liked the pencil sketch more than the finished product.
Nice. Are you taking commissions at all for those that are possibly interested in your artwork?
No, not so yes, but not paid commissions. It's hard to figure out a value.
Sure.
When it comes to things like that, and then it's you kind of have to equate it to like the amount of hours it takes, and it's and listen, power to those who can do like pencils and markers really fast. When you're dealing with like painting. It's just so time consuming. There's so many layers that go into it. And so I'm trying to quantify like, what is a good amount where like people feel like they got a lot of bang for their buck.
Sure.
So
I think I heard your Instabot or your Instagram inbox just kind of blow up there when you said, no, you're not taking paid commissions, but you are taking commissions.
Oh, so I
can just hear ding, 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 ding.
Let me clarify. What I have been doing is a lot of folks that I've befriended in the community, like I did one for Valor. I think I shared it with Milfy. One that I did for Valor, which was like a recreation. And I can send you a picture of that if you want to throw it up.
If you have it available, you can just hold it up too. We can do that.
Oh, I don't have the card because I actually shipped it to him. But let me.
That's all good. Yeah, if you want to send the picture over, or Melfi, if you have the picture, if you can pull it up.
I don't have.
I have
if not, that's fine too.
Yeah, I'm just zooming a little bit. So he asked for a recreation of Venom from Marvel vs. Capcom.
Okay, let me make you big here real quick.
Oh, cool.
With like the
Oh,
shell,
that's nice.
So sick.
cell
Yeah,
shading
that's so
or whatever.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and I did that for him. And I knew Daniel through comic books, and he actually like pressed and cleaned books for me first.
Yeah.
And so I was happy to do that one for him. And then I did one for Milfy, which is probably a good segue.
And he hasn't seen it yet either.
I haven't seen it.
No,
All right.
I'm excited.
So
Nathan's seen it.
I've seen it.
And I hope you like it.
I've seen it. We ready to show it?
Yeah.
All right. Let me pull that down for a second. Get in here to the messages. Get it prepared.
I'm hyped.
I hope you like it. It was a pretty ambitious concept that I tried to do.
I don't think he'll not like it, but if there was a reason he's a douche and doesn't like it, we'll just do a giveaway.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, here we go, Will. Drum roll, guys. Here we go. 1, 2. Boom.
Oh, they're
Nice.
really leaving the suspense. Oh, that is sick.
Oh, you got
That
a
is
little delay on your end, too.
crazy.
Yeah.
It reminds
That is
me
really
of I have this one where he's morphing into Venom, and it reminds
Nice.
me of that. That is crazy.
Hey, Will, show that one again.
This one, where he's like turning into
Yeah.
Venom. That is sick. That is insane. I love like the fear in his eyes, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy.
He's being ripped apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, good.
I was just gonna say, I love how the mouth itself is like opening up more, almost like that side of his face is like just getting ready to just rip something apart. Like he's getting ready to do that, you know.
That is so
you can see
cool.
like the symbiote kind of going around the neck there.
I love
too.
the purple in the background too.
Mhm.
I was gonna say on Valor's, like my favorite part was the purple highlights that you used on the arms. Like that, I feel like that was such a nice touch, and I love like the neon purples and yellows. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that is sick.
It's really nice.
Appreciate it. I can't wait for you to like hold it in person.
I know.
And kind of get a sense of how the paint kind of sits on there. But yeah, man, I think there's been a resurgence lately in Marvel Comics and just like the horror genre. I think there was a run called The Immortal Hulk where it was like Bruce Banner doesn't turn into the Hulk unless he dies, which was gnarly, and it was like kind of horrific. I know there's been instances, and Old Man Logan comes to mind, where like Wolverine, like his claws come out of his skin, and it hurts, every time it happens.
That panel in there where like Hulk eats, Wolverine, and then like he's like getting indigestion, and then just Wolverine just rips right out of him. Like
it
is getting more graphic, a lot of the panels that I've seen lately with the books.
Yeah, and I think like as much as he's human, as much as he's like has these superpowers, he's immortal. There's a sense of that, mortality and immortality, but he's human too. Like the stuff hurts, man, and like I always thought like Venom. Like I remember Spider-Man struggling to take the symbiote off, and just that feeling like a battle in and of itself. And so I wanted to bring some type of like horror.
You could tell in his
elements.
eyes, like immediately, Just that, like that was the first thing that my eye went to, was just like you could feel it there, the emotion. Yeah, that is awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you like it. Can't wait for you to get it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Tim asked me last night. He's like, "You want to see it?" I'm like, "Has Melfi seen it yet?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "I don't know if I want to see it."
Yeah, I want to see it.
I'm not going to turn it down. If you just send it to me, I'm not going to not look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you like it.
And it's so much different than Valor's too. You know what I mean? Like I like that we could both have our own unique Venom sketch by you. That's cool.
Yeah, I think Valor's is more. Again, it's a recreation. It's almost a carbon copy of that Venom depiction from Marvel vs. Capcom, which is what he wanted, and I was happy to give that to him. Honestly, that was tougher with the with the cell shading than the Venom that I made for you. The cell shading is like, because the shapes are so defined in the cell shading, and so like any little thing I had to go back and then I had to fix it again with the the color, and they kind of contrast each other. It's like super vivid, and it's like, now I gotta fix this again, and I have to do this again, and there's layers on top of layers on his. Yeah, man.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Of course. So Tim, you said, sorry, Matt, go ahead.
I was just nice work. That's all. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate it.
You said you had gotten that you had kind of met Daniel through books and stuff like that. Like, you're pretty big into comic books, right?
Yeah. I mean, the whole purpose of Instagram, or how I got on Instagram, was just to buy, sell, trade comic books, which is like, when I meet people in like the Marvel card community, they're like, how do you have so many followers? I'm well, on Instagram for a while, but just doing something else completely. And so it was buy, sell, trade comics. I did Pokemon cards. I did Dragon Ball Super cards for a while, and I bought in at the right time, and I sold at the right time at the peak, and I've been reinvesting into wherever the hobby winds take me.
Wherever it's taking you, right? Yeah. What's so from all the different genres you're involved in, what's your favorite character then?
Batman. Unfortunately, to all the Marvel people out there.
Okay. Everybody likes Batman. If you don't like Batman, something's wrong with you.
Yeah. I wish that Upper Deck had the license to DC, and we had like what do you call it, like DC Metal again. I think Upper Deck did the Almagam cards too, which is like things I remember from my childhood. I wish that we had the DC counterpart to all that stuff.
Or even have like a mixed set, like not necessarily the crossing over of characters like on the same card, like a mix of the characters, but like just a mixed set in general, where you could see a Batman and a Wolverine and a Spider-Man and a Superman and a Catwoman and a Black Cat all within the same set. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think if we're honest with ourselves, if like DC was up to par with Marvel cards, a lot of us would be talking about Spider-Man, Batman more so than Marvel versus DC.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I feel. I think when you look at those PSA reports that they do monthly, and you look at the non-sports card, you would see Batman right next to Spider-Man in terms of
I'm sure
character grading, right?
Does DC have a licensing deal right now with anybody like Topps or?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I
have no clue.
DC, it's Cryptozoic.
It's Cryptozoic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Hero, it's like the NFT version of cards or whatever.
Okay. Hey Ryan, how you doing tonight? We got Undaunted's here. What's up, man? Says we need more Batman cards. Agreed. I think everybody here would agree with you there. I know the guy up in the corner here. That corner there, he'd agree with you for sure.
Yep.
So, but so Beginnings is out, right? And we got all kinds of cool stuff coming from Beginnings. Matt, are you going to do a box tonight? I don't want to put you on the spot. If you're not doing the box,
he was already on the table, ready to rip open.
Okay, you already got it ready. All right, I want to share this because I had to go to Walmart today, and I stopped by the card section because the top shelf of the card section was like almost completely cleared out, and that's where they have like their Panini Cello style products, like the single pack bag ones. Well, they only have usually like 2 rows of Marvel at my Walmart here in Kansas, and this ticker was there. There was 2 boxes of Allure still on the shelf, but this sticker was there with no boxes of Beginnings. Beginnings blasters are coming, and at that price, I think that's a nice price for the blaster boxes. That's the same price that we had annual at for blasters. They are going to have their own exclusive red something jumbo mumbo parallel that's going to be part of it, so it'll be interesting to see what that looks like, if it's just a border color or if they foil it like they did with Beginnings. See what people are getting for pull rates.
Kind of shocked that it's that low, honestly, because normally it's $5 more than what Target would be.
Normally, yeah.
Aren't they $30? I've seen them for $30.
Is that what Target had them for $30?
I bought Allure blasters for $30.
Well, yeah, Allure blasters, but I mean, like normally, like Walmart will have something for $34.98, but Target will have it for like $29.99. So,
gotcha.
That's normally
So-
what the price points are.
I don't know if they restocked today. Typically, the retail's coming out like a week, at least for the previous sets. Retail's coming out like a week after Hobby did. Hobby came out last week. Makes sense. Retail comes out this week. My wife's going to check at the Walmart by where she works after she gets out of work and let me know if they got any there.
Is there any? Is there
me,
any
it's
on
just
the
kinda
Upper
weird.
Deck site?
Say again?
Sorry, is there any on the Upper Deck site? Because I know they had a.
I didn't look.
I'll look. Take a look here.
Yeah, if you want to take a look real quick. But
Sure.
I just wanted to put this out there so that way, if you guys are looking for retail of this, start checking your stores. It's probably going to start showing up pretty soon. I know Target never really was good at having them in stock. Every now and then there'd be a couple boxes, but then they never really got them back in stock in store. It was usually online for them. So I just wanted to make everybody aware that Beginnings is going to start showing up in the stores, or should. And Ryder says he's going to go check in Topeka after work tonight as well. There you go. Yeah, just start looking around.
Nothing
You know,
yet, just
chasing
for
it out.
basically on there still. So
But yeah, so Beginnings is out, and we got Justin and Manu talked about this a little bit. Well, a lot of it last night. And I wanted to kind of, because you are a comic book guy, Tim, and a card guy, you're kind of a mix of them.
Wow.
Kind of wanted to pick your brain and see what your thoughts on these types of hits are. So we have a couple different comic clipping styles in Beginnings, and this is a jumbo splash page. So essentially, it's a full page that is cut out of a book, and this one happens to be Spider-Man 2099, or sorry, Amazing Spider-Man 299, the first appearance of Venom. And of course, it came in the box as a redemption card. You scratch the code off, you go to Upper Deck site, you redeem it, and then they ship you your book or your page of the book. In this instance, the person that pulled it decided, I'm going to list it and sell the redemption. Somebody else could then claim it and get it shipped to them. That happens a lot with sports cards. A lot of people, instead of waiting for the redemption, they'll just sell the redemption card itself. Now, ignoring the price itself, because that's a whole topic that can go on for hours upon hours debating that. What are your thoughts on the overall hit itself? Pulling from a box of cards, a card product, a full cut page of a book. How do you feel about that as a comic book collector and a card collector?
So last night I understood both perspectives. Manu participates in the comic book realm of things. Justin transitioned heavily over into Marvel cards, which he made that pretty known. It's all about supply and demand. Everything is manufactured. And so I can see my new standpoint being a comic book collector. Like, why would I want a page? And I think he couldn't get, and I don't want to speak for him, but like, it's hard to get past that price knowing what a graded version complete 9.8.
Here, let's do that then. Now we don't have to see the price. Now let's talk about the hit itself.
Yeah.
What does it
I like
what does
this
it look
better
like?
because
That's
the price
question.
thing
What
does
it
drive a
look
lot
like?
of debate between.
It does.
Um,
But in terms of it being a jumbo, my thing would be, how is this any different than folks that are doing the e-pack chases and they cut up a cover and put them in, 9 different cards?
a whole bunch
Yeah,
of
like
the
16
different
card panels.
nine
Yeah.
levels.
And I'd be honest with all due respect to all the Marvel card collectors out there, that made no sense to me when I first came into the hobby. I said, this is, for lack of knowledge, this was dumb to me. I was like, this is not what I would go after personally.
Okay. Yeah, and that's a good viewpoint. And I think we were talking about it. So we were watching kind of on the Discord last night, and we were talking about this conversation as it was unfolding on the Marvel show last night. And we had differing opinions on it, and most of us could see both sides of that argument, or not the argument, but the conversation. And I think I had put a comment out there that was like, maybe we should stop cutting up full pages of comic books and just give out comic books. And actually get crossover. Okay. Like, this is a redemption for Amazing Spider-Man 2099.
Is this is signed? This isn't
why don't we just have it as a redemption to give away the book?
I don't think we should do that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say why. I think there are budgets associated with these releases, and to spend whatever it would cost to get a 9.8 version of this book, you can easily give that to a sketch artist and someone like that's popular. Have them produce more sketch cards, give them more time. I think, and this is just my opinion, I think folks in the hobby would appreciate that more because we're here for cards, right? We're not here for comics, which is why I felt that way initially. My thought process has changed. I actually do like comic cuts now because my thought is, do I want a reproduced version of something, or would I rather have the original produced version of a panel within a card? I would rather have that book that was produced in 1960, 1970.
And have a snippet of it, correct?
Yeah, and a card rather than them reprint that. And it won't. And anyone who's read comics and that loves comics, there's a reason why comics hasn't converted fully into digital. Is because the touch, the texture of holding a book, the texture of like the smell of a comic book, like all that stuff, that translates to a comic cut. So that's how I thought initially, and now I've kind of went 180 on just what my thought on a comic cut. But I actually think this is really cool.
And I want to hear Will and Matt's opinions on like comic cuts, how they feel about it too. But real quick, I wanted to talk about my opinions on it, or like the full page stuff. I'm still not a full page 9 card cut up the full page sort of guy, because to me, when you do piece them together, how wide the frames are on the cards makes it so hard to visualize the actual cover itself if you've never seen the cover before. Whereas like a panel cut where you can take a portion of the image, frame a character in there, I think that looks great in a card format. Now this one here specifically, you can't do that just because of how big the character is on the page. I mean, you can't make that into a comic cut. There's just no way to do it unless you like have a comic cut and it's like just his face, you know what I mean? And it's like barely any of it. But I want to hear Matt and Melfi's opinion or thoughts on comic clippings themselves.
So
the splash.
So for me, comic clippings, I prefer autographed ones where the actual creator is involved with that piece because that's more special.
Like the
for
autograph
me,
style stuff.
Yeah, the autograph style. Like for example, the like I pulled the David Michelini autograph comic cut, and it's like almost the entire Avengers team on that comic cut. So that was really, really important for me to get. And that went straight, locked, transferred, sent home basically as soon as I pulled it. I wasn't going to let anybody be like, hey, I got like 7 sketch cards for that. No, that's sent home. That's in the collection now. In terms of this whole panel or page, being, I mean, do we have actual pictures of what they look like? Did they
I think I just linked it in the private chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me grab that here real quick.
But I think with that, it has to be a little more special. Have autographs on it as well. If you're going to make it that type of 101 and make it that important, get at least one of the creators. Like even if it's just a sticker on there, put the sticker on it.
Oops.
Just so you have that piece as well on that. I just think that just cutting up a page out of a book, and a whole panel out of a book is kind of boring to me. And also too, don't make it like out of 35 or out of 50. That just kind of diminishes the value of comic cuts.
Yeah, I mean these are all 101s, which is nice because it is just the one page, and they're probably repurposing the book itself to use in other comic clippings as well.
Yeah,
which is nice that they're not just wasting a bunch of books. But yeah, I mean, if they're looking to potentially get crossover at all between the two kind of collectibles, the books and the cards, I think comic clippings is a good way to go. But I think majority of the people that I've talked to that collect books are not really a fan of this full pages or comic clippings in general. That's where I was saying, like, maybe you just give away a book. It doesn't need to be a 9.8. Maybe it's a 9.0. Maybe it's a 4.0. An affordable thing that equates to how rare the hit is to get and how valuable the hit can be. You know what I mean?
And more than likely, they're buying a book that's a 1.0 or a 2.0, something very low grade, or even not graded at all, just missing a cover.
So these are essentially,
so
So this is essentially the same comic clipping framing that you have on the cards, except it's jumbo sized, full size page. You know, they just made a full size version of the comic clipping card for this. Now, I don't know. And then it goes into the lineage. Now, if we're comparing like the lineage styles to this, myself personally, I'm leaning towards the lineage style because I get multiple images of the character over the course of that time, right?
I think I think most people would only because like I know you guys have talked about like multi-panel sketches and multi-panel stuff.
Yeah, like the premiere style.
And the achievement for Fua, not to cut you off, but like that's more valuable to me than the 16 panel, comic cover, because that's a 6-panel sketch.
I know people aren't like big fans of like multi-card type stuff because of how hard it is to preserve it. It doesn't. It's hard for it to fit into the collection too. It's not like you can put it in your like card case or something.
It's not easy to display.
It's not easy to display.
And especially if it's like a puzzle style set, like if it's puzzle style sketches, and
what if you lose one
the backs randomly? Now you're like, now I gotta try to chase this down.
I don't know, and I think this is where the conversation kind of took off last night because it's like Manu made a point like I would rather have a page from AF15, and he used like the most sought after Spider-Man book, right? Like, I would rather have a graded page than a page and a upper deck frame.
I think that this one looks really nice for what it's worth. There's a lot going on in it. The Todd one in particular, it's Venom, and I think he's saying some things on the bottom left, but I think for that particular page, I would be just as happy having just Venom's head from that page in a small trading card. I don't think you need the full page for that particular one, but for like the Spider-Man one, it looks nice. I think that they did a good job with the borders. It is. I think it's cool. I think both are cool, but I'm not chasing the jumbo comic clippings personally.
Yeah, me neither.
It would just be like you said, it would be too hard to display. It's like it doesn't really fit the rest of my collection. It would be one thing if I was if I had a ton of comic books, then I actually could see myself wanting to get something like this. But I don't have like graded comic books. I don't have a full display for that. Like it would just kind of take up more space than I have.
Yeah, and I do want to say, I appreciated Justin's comments about because he does have one of the AF15 comic cuts, right? So to go after the splash page of the AF15 for his collection, that makes sense, right? Because then he can go potentially down the road, or if he already does, I don't know, get an AF15 graded book, have a splash page, have the AF15 comic cut, have, a sketch card or PMG or another low numbered parallel of the AF15 cover, in some form or fashion, and have that on his display. So a collector that collects like that, something like this does make sense because it gives you another element to add to that collection to help grow that specific part of your collection, right? Yeah, Armando says, not chasing until you hit the splash page and it's your PC character. Yeah, there you go.
Can I ask a question? Would you guys rather them just imagine, even if they bought the lowest grade AF15, it has to be in the tens of thousands of dollars? Would you prefer that over if they were to put that budget towards highly sought after artist signature? So like, what if they would have took that money and given it to? And I know that I know that there's some beef between Upper Deck and like Todd McFarlane, but like, just for an example purpose, like they took that money, they said, "Hey Todd, we're gonna give you this amount of," because the artists sign on stickers anyway. It's not like they're signing on cards, but it's like, "Hey, we'll give you X amount of dollars to sign X amount of sheets of stickers for us to use in sets. Number them out of 5." Like, is that something that you would want More?
I'm not. I don't like sticker autos personally.
Same.
So
Okay.
like I don't really have any sticker autos in my PC. Personally. So that if those were the two options, I'd prefer just the A15. And I think that the AF15 brings in a new audience that,
Yeah.
I think that's cool in its own right,
And I think when it comes to Todd, he's all about licensing, like actually owning
Yeah.
the license and owning
Mhm.
his ability to do what he wants with the product. I don't think that he would ever go with how things worked out with Marvel. I mean, like, but you have to look at Greg Capullo. He left Marvel on a bad note, and he's now going back to draw Wolverine.
Yeah.
So maybe there might be a bridge, maybe there might be an opening, maybe time does heal old wounds, so maybe he might be open to doing something. Maybe come back and actually draw, like maybe a limited series of Spider-Man. That would be great. But I think that in terms of a financial standpoint, he does not want to do that at all because he does not like relinquishing any control to Marvel because of the bad blood that he's had in the past. So
Yeah,
it would be great,
Yeah.
fingers crossed. But
I think one thing that would make the splash pages a little more special, I know they can't do it with everything, but the ones they can do it with, maybe reach out to the artist and see if they will sign the splash page, and then have that as your reward for the redemption. Pulling that 101.
Yeah.
Where it's not the sticker. Like Melfi said, I'm not a big fan of the stickers myself. If I pull it, cool, but I'm not going to go out and buy a sticker autograph of somebody, especially if I can go to a con or a show and get them to sign something. Yes, it's not as desirable, but if it's for myself and for my collection, I'd rather know that they actually signed the thing that it's on. Jesse did have a question here about that. He's like, I wonder how they glue or stick the page down. Will there be adhesive bleed through the page essentially in a year? I would think that it's probably just on the edges.
I don't
like
know if
on
they
the
use
page
any
itself.
adhesive. I think that
It's
how
just
it
kind of
works is
pinched
they
between
like
the
slip
card.
it.
Yeah.
They slip it into the corners, and that's why you see like two of the corners have that lip
The
in
cover on it.
Yeah.
I'd imagine it'd be like when you frame artwork. They don't. If you ask them not to glue it down, they won't. What they'll do is they'll do little corner pockets to hold hold the corners in place.
Or it might just be Scotch tape. We don't know. Nobody's I'm not cracking one open just for scientific purposes. But it's probably just Scotch tape.
I cracked open the sports swatches before with like the little piece of fabric on them from the not from any specific game or event stuff, and it is glued in there. And there's usually like a label on the back. But with something like this, where it's paper, where so many things can seep through it and ruin it over time, like you guys said, it's either probably just like very carefully set in there, or maybe even sandwiched between the card itself and not actually adhesive down, because you wouldn't be able to do that with any part of the panel that's visible at all, right? I can't imagine, at least. But so
other news too. Premiere 401 Games in Canada actually had pre-ordered today for
Matt,
$5.99.
You sent that through Instagram.
I sent that to the Roundtable chat. Yeah, so it should be in there.
Do we know what the checklist is like for Premiere yet?
Didn't have a checklist, but it did have the description and everything. But
Tim, you watch the shows. They don't release checklists.
I do watch the show. Did they mail you that one too?
Well, they said blue card base set number to 99. So there is a base set. It looks like to 99. 50 card base set number to 99. And then
all right, so here we go. So this is the first look at Premiere as far as a pre-order. And this was Canada only shipping, correct?
Yeah, only Canada.
You had to have a Canadian address in order to receive this or be able to pre-order it. 5 cards per pack, 1 pack per box. Each pack comes with the collectible 10, which also contains 1 booklet, 3-panel, 4-panel, or 5x7, which we already kind of knew that. We had already been kind of given the box breakdown for it. And then here's some other rarities. You got the blue deco, red deco, gold spectrum, purple spectrum, blacks, sketch art backgrounds, shadow box cards, SPs, SSPs. But more importantly with this, it kind of gives you the 50 card base set numbered to 99. So we already know the base cards are numbered to 99.
Oh, they're bringing back the classic art shadow box.
Say again.
They're bringing back the classic art shadow box.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's awesome.
But more importantly, with this, we're getting a baseline here of a price. Now, somebody did mention in one of the Facebook groups that 401 Games is basically Canada's version of Dave and Adams.
Yeah.
Where they sold them. They're probably going to bring more back if they get more to be able to list at a higher price, kind of like Dave and Adams does, where they release a little bit and then release a little bit and then release a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But this will probably give us a baseline. And to me, now, I don't know, this isn't shared by everybody. To me, Premier is a more desirable set than Masterpieces because it is more limited and you are getting those sketch cards guaranteed in each 10. You get the collector's 10. So to me, it makes sense that it's priced at 600 Canadian versus 500 Canadian. And I don't know what the exchange rate for Canada is right now.
It's 530, I think, US is what that is.
530 US.
Yeah.
So,
but I don't know if that was like, that's just converting to US dollars because you're coming from US. I mean, I don't know how their website works. I know some websites automatically convert for conversion rate based on, what country you're in because they use cookies for that.
So $500 or $600 Canadian today right now.
I'll put $699. That's why. Oops. I was jumping up to the next price point.
Oh my goodness, Matt. Equates to $454 in the US. I don't see that being something that happens. Like with it being a more limited product, to me, it makes sense that it's priced higher than what Masterpieces is. I think it's going to come out when it comes out in the US as a higher amount, or at least at that same tier as Masterpieces.
What's the
but
release
it's not
date?
going to be easy to get them.
What's the release date?
Doesn't say.
Yeah,
So-
there wasn't.
If Masterpiece comes out and the pricing becomes a bit of a blunder, similar to like Spider-Man Metal, where things came kind of falling back down, do they change their approach? I don't know. I'm like asking you guys based.
I don't think Upper Deck does. Like when you look at like EPAC, they don't really adjust the pricing after the fact. Like WandaVision's like 184, 185 on EPAC right now, and you could buy physical boxes for way less than that. Amazing.
I think they'll have a sale soon though, because they do
prices
that.
don't change. They don't go down. Like,
No, but
like
them,
physical
leave
boxes,
them,
like
and then-
They'll do those sales for like a week or 2 weeks for things that are just been sitting there. And WandaVision, I imagine, with what we have coming out,
yeah, those sales. Sorry,
yeah,
those are gonna sit there, and eventually, all those MCU products will get discounted. I feel like
this guy saw me 500.
Good
Good evening, David. How are you tonight? Hope you're doing well.
What's up, Swampy?
But yeah, so another set to keep your eye out in the groups and the discords for pre-order links. It's going to be harder to get these than it was to get Masterpieces. So probably that 9 o'clock-ish time frame. That's about when the Masterpieces stuff has been dropping, right? About 9 a.m. Eastern.
9 a.m. Yeah, on Mondays is what it looks like for the most part. So but
probably go in if you can find a pre-order page. Probably sign up for alerts. I know I haven't gotten any alerts for any of the stuff I've been signed up for when it comes out. So
you got to use the secret chips I showed y'all. Yeah, come on, man. I gave y'all the sauce. Y'all just don't want to follow the directions for the recipe. Come on now.
What's this? Jen sent me something. Oh, Jen sent me. I'm going to share this, Jen. You sent it to me. Well, I think he just tagged everybody. I'm going to share this real quick. Jen he put it on Instagram, so it's public. But we missed Jen, so we want to share this. For Ultra Avengers, he just pulled a nice Black Panther sketch by Seth Ismart.
Seth is smart, yeah.
And Havoc. Nice.
Seth is smart has a really nice Spider-Man too. Somebody pulled not too long ago.
He's got a nice comic book touch to it.
Yeah.
Oh, he pulled a Havoc too.
Was that a Liddy Lee Havoc?
Liddy Lee, yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Liddy Lee.
I could tell who that was
Congrats,
immediately.
Jen.
That's sick.
That is sick. Congrats, man.
Yeah, we miss you, Jen. Glad you had some good luck.
He's probably having fun at the National right now.
Right?
Yeah.
He's probably ripping some stuff.
I know he had tagged or he had showed he's got a few like binders full of stuff, like where like the cases. of slab stuff that he's bringing with him. So I don't know if it's any Marvel stuff, but probably just sports cards. But I think him and his partner should have a good time there. I always get.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll be in the Breakers Pavilion. I think they were going to be doing some breaks while they were there too, with their sponsor Louisville Sports Cards too. But yeah.
Well, I got a box. I got it right here. I can, look at it. I got little cards. I mean, we did just a recap. So the other night we pulled that on the Roundtable.
Beautiful thing.
Crazy.
Sinkovich.
Love it.
That was nice.
I was shocked because this was the one card out of the whole set that I wanted to pull. Like,
well, we had Fuller was on the big screen, and you were kind of in the camera where I'm at right now, and you're like, "Son of a!" We're like, "Holy!" Something like that. I'm like, "Wait!"
I had just bought a bunch of Sinkovich New Mutants comics like that day. I went to the comic store to get. I'm like, I'm going in to buy a box so I can put all my Collect Forever stuff that I got in that one long box. And I was like, well, let me go look through the back issues. And the guy's like, well, I'll knock this 50% off for you. And I'm like, okay. So I walked out with like 37 New Mutants comics, basically.
Go in for one thing, leave with 47.
It's like Costco. You go in for like toilet paper, and you leave with like a massage chair and a Traeger like pellet grill and everything else that you didn't need. And you're like, how many records or like how many things around the house can I sell to pay off like that pellet grill? So
yeah.
But yeah,
awesome.
So
they just follow you around and they're like 50% off for that, 25% off for that, buy 10 get 2 free on that one.
Oh, they do like great deals, like your local LCSs. If you follow their Facebook pages or just give them a call, they have like weekend deals. Like there's one place here called Louisiana Double Play where they do like a monthly thing. So it's like the first weekend of the month, they do 50% off back issues. Now, it's not stuff on the wall, which is the super expensive stuff, but sometimes you do find a gem that they've forgotten to reprice in the back stock. So I found a few ASM, like really nice conditioned McFarlane books, basically, that I wanted to get. So
nice.
But let me go ahead and switch cameras.
Yeah, support your LCS, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
I shop at Royal Collectibles in Queens. And Royal Sports is the card shop, and they get Marvel product in.
All right.
They get Marvel cards in?
Hey, you're good.
They get product. They get Marvel product in. So like Beginnings, Masterpiece. When I first got into Masterpiece, I was like, I was going there every day to buy another box of 2020.
I saw one of the guys in the group pulled a one-of-one jack-o'-lantern the other day. He was doing a Facebook Live on, I think, 3 or 4 boxes he was opening and pulled that.
So what are you hoping for, Derper? Like, what's your ultimate hit?
I really want a sketch card out of here. I'd love to get an Ash sketch. That's probably top. I do like the transparents. The Wolverine transparent that was pulled. I'm trying to remember who pulled that. The one that had the X-Force costume on it. Do you guys remember who that was? Who pulled that? Somebody pulled that on here. Was it with us or was it with somebody else?
For what happened? Sorry.
So there was a transparent, which is the acrylic ones, the clears that
Wolverine
was a Wolverine.
That was Fausto, right?
That was Fausto. You're right. That was Norm. Yep.
Which is there a particular ass sketch from what he posted that you really
that Black Panther is amazing.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be Blood. Cyclops.
I mean, they're all good. That Galactus, the Black Suit Spider-Man.
David asked a while ago, is there a release date for Premiere? Do we know?
No, I can find, but Venom says that Breakaway Sports in Canada has this September 15th for the release date.
Okay.
What's up, Doom? How you doing, man? Yeah, Doom asked in Instagram too, and I was trying to see if I could find one, but I wasn't able to find the pre-order page on David Adams for Premiere at all.
No, the only one that I saw was a while ago, and it was with Steel City.
Swami says he's searching for Hollows, Carnage, or Venom. Wait.
Nice piece.
Trolling. Shush, Newt.
Newt.
Right. It's weird though. Every pack feels like it's thick. You know, like you've got a hit or something in there, but it's just a ton of base cards. Not used to having a ton of base cards in a pack. You know.
I do like that
Oh.
about beginnings in general, that it's like
Ooh.
it's a longer rip. Like you can actually sit there and
Yeah.
enjoy it for like 20 minutes, you know?
Doom
There's
for the
the one I want
win.
everybody wants to get. Bats. I really like that lizard. That's a really nice lizard.
Who's the eyeball of this set?
Eyeboy. I think it's there's one character. It looks like the lizard, but he's got this kind of like really just perplexed look on his face. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pull it. He's in this stack.
He's like, yeah, I'm about to pull it. Just give me a second.
All right, chat. I'm going to drop this link for David Adams. Thanks to Doom Card for finding this for us. It's going to be on Derpa's channel only. So if you want to get the link, you got to go to Derpa's channel. That's where you guys should be.
Oh, we got something.
Primary chat.
Oh,
Nice.
There is a transparent in here. It looks like.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so we got.
But I did drop
Shocker,
the pre-order link to get
Yes.
notifications for Premiere.
Stingray. Wouldn't it be great if I got that Wolverine? If I summoned it, you know. I did buy a Powerball and a Mega Millions today, so Falcon.
Falcon.
Now,
Close.
Falcon. So
How
we
we
got
feeling?
It's got a nice texture to it, but yeah.
How we
so
feeling,
David
Joe?
Adams is showing a release date of September 30th for Premiere.
Okay.
I do like that they put it in a tea bag. Okay, I thought there was a huge scratch on it, but there's not. There is a giant thumbprint on this one here, right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a DNA thumbprinter. I'm hoping it's a thumbprint, not something
Well,
else.
somebody had to put it into the sleeve, Matt.
Yeah. It has a really nice. It's kind of puffed up on the back. I mean, it's of course it's clear on the back, but the actual like print that they put on the back is raised a little bit.
Is it like they put a sticker on it or something? Like
It's not a sticker. It's definitely printed on there. You know, looking at it, but
An auto on that type of card would be nice. I saw that.
that would be sick. Yeah.
yeah, if you get Anthony
Joshua-
Mackie autograph, that would be cool.
Is it Marvel Madness got a Wolverine Fresno? I think that's what they're
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
Oh,
Jason
yeah.
Campbell autograph is.
How beautiful
Yeah.
did that card look with that? So
Yeah, it
was
looked
really
really good.
man.
All right, so we still gotta get our number.
I think he got not an embrace card. He got one of the sultry seductress or whatever it's called. I think he got one of those. The MJ. I think
Oh,
looks
wow.
really good.
Tracks.
That's like the best part of going to those cons too. Is like getting to meet the artist and.
Not
hang
all
out.
the time, but yeah, most of the time.
From my experience, I didn't have any bad experiences yet, but
I won't.
I'm sure
I won't share any, but I've
Yeah.
had my fair share.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had any negative artists. I know a lot of people have said Arthur Syndom. They don't have good experience, but when he was in New Orleans like years ago, he was great. Like I sat there and talked to him for about a good 30 minutes, but he was asking me about restaurants to go to and stuff. I do love this ego. That's probably one of the best.
Yeah, that
cards
one's a
in the
cool
set.
one. Probably the best ego
Should be.
card.
And then you get Stilt Man to follow. Keep Pride. Beast. I am keeping an eye out for that. What is it? The one where it's basically the 1 in 165, where it's got, instead of having like a black border or black kind of around the face, it's actually got like the actual color. So it's like blue or whatever color the background is here. So I don't know how that makes it even rarer card. Just it's kind of laziness to me, honestly, in actual like making that an insert. But that's upper deck for you.
Yeah. How's the card
Venom
style?
says-
The card stack's nice. It's a little higher than annual, I would say, in terms of the feel. The border, I like the silver border on it. I do like the gold on the parallels, like the black and the red and the blue here. But yeah, I mean, this design is just kind of, it's very basic, I understand it's supposed to be like, hey, it's their first appearance, it's their first, time in the comics, so they're trying to go for that retro feel, but I think they could have done something a little nicer, honestly.
Yeah, you said annual, and it does give me annual vibes.
Yeah, it's definitely like maybe one tiny step above annual. I do like this illustration board. That's really nice with Thanos.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah. Charles Xavier's angry sister, Cassandra. Asp. I'm adding the P on there. And then Cloak after that.
Have you liked opening this set so far, Dirt?
Oh yeah, it hasn't been too bad, honestly. I mean, I'm happy because I hit the Sankovic, auto there, but I thought I had 4 boxes. I actually had 2 on pre-order, which I'm fine with. I'm not going to be getting any more after this.
Yeah.
So this will be mine. I'm not chasing an entire set. I do like that point in time. That's a nice one as well.
Do you miss the autos not being on like a comic cover type card?
Yeah.
Like the breakthrough ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is nice, and I'm not really
It's a great image,
collector, but that's a good Sankovic image, honestly, that they use for that. That's not bad at all.
That's like my biggest gripe with this beginning set is that they didn't do anything with the last set. The micromotions are gone. The breakthrough issues are gone.
The holograms and the
holograms are gone.
And
They just completely changed all the inserts.
Yeah, like
I
they
don't
didn't bring back anything, and I feel like those inserts were really cool, honestly. So
Chicken
And to me, it's like traditional to the set itself. Like those are inserts that should be with this set, just like PMGs should be with the metal sets.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah, I think without those cards, this just feels like annual.
It does. It really does feel like, and the price point was just way above what it should have been. So
some of that is not having the checklist, So people were seeing the holograms from the 2011 and the series 1, 2, and 3s from the first volume, anticipating that they were going to have holograms in this product too, because it would just make sense. It was such a big insert in those sets, and that I think drove the pricing up. And then as soon as people found out that wasn't the case, not everybody, but a lot of people were like, "Nope, I'm out."
I tried canceling. Remember, I tried canceling, and they were like, "Oh, it's already shipped."
Swami says at 115, I'm happy with annual plus.
Yes.
Yep, I think 115 is a good price for this for annual.
Yeah,
plus
I think that's like the sweet point.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I think 125 is probably the top end of that, maybe 130-ish at most. But
No, I think that lineage insert is pretty cool, like the comic cut insert. I like
the
that.
out of 5 with the 6 panels.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool concept.
That's the iBoy. That's Shadrach.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Who is this?
Jar Jar.
It's like
it reminds me of Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks.
Misa no happy. Misa gonna go ahead and throw over there. So
I would be upset just because they took the hollows out, but they didn't replace it with anything comparable. Because I wouldn't say that lineage.
Yeah.
I like the flipped
these
FX, and I like the flipped FXs are cool, but I don't know. The holograms were so unique.
Yeah.
And I like
a return label today. Set hers back.
Yeah, I just I like it when an insert doesn't have multiple parallels either. You know what I mean? If you want if you want a specific hologram, you can't just go find it in a red or a blue or green. You can only get it in that one thing, which is nice.
Yeah, I think we got one of those orange. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's not bad.
Nice, Craven.
That's a nice color match.
No, this is a really cool parallel. I like this parallel.
Yeah, I do like the Rainbow Bridge effect. That's really
cool. The parallels are nice. I definitely would want to grab a couple eventually, but I don't know if they make up for the other stuff.
Yeah.
Derpa, my OCD is kicking in. You put some reds in your base pile.
I saw it too. I was thinking the same exact thing.
Sorry, I was distracted by the shiny
I literally
No,
thought
I'm
the
good,
same
bro.
exact thing. And when Fausto was ripping his, they were all
just
just
all over his desk.
over the
Well, look,
place.
I'm doing a
It was
much better
driving me
job because he
crazy.
had his just like in piles, but they were all like mixed together. So
Yeah, it was
I
mixed
think
together.
I'm doing okay. This one
Come
is
on,
in
Matt.
much better condition than the green I pulled of Kingmaker the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Because the green had, well, actually, now that I say that, there is a little bit of a lifting on the fall at the bottom here on this one too.
Yeah, same kind of thing you had.
It is
on
a
your
nice
other
card though.
Oh,
A
yeah.
bit of a color match too.
Yeah, no, I do like that. And the like, I think who was it? It was Justin who pulled Pyro, I think, that had the color match as well. That looked really nice too with that effect. So put that over there. Hammer Frost, Cannonball.
So what happens with holofoils going forward? Do they put it in a different set or
Who
volume
knows?
2?
I don't know. E-Pack achievement.
I mean, they were putting everything in What If set. Why not just throw it in there, for God's sake? You know, it's,
Yeah.
it's just an insert.
I
that's on
honestly
the-
don't know.
on the sales sheet.
I was hoping that they were delaying this so that they could like get a couple in, you know, even if it was like a limited 10 insert set or something, but never came. So
Yeah.
Dirk, what's a better rip? Beginnings or Flair Ultra Adventures?
Honestly, annual for me. I
That
enjoy
wasn't an
annual more.
option, Matt.
He's like,
He's like,
Get him off
given
the-
two choices,
Neither
he
of
goes
those
with
two.
T.
I mean, with my luck, I had a lot of luck with Clear Ultra Avengers on E-Pack, but physical, not really that great. So, but yeah, no, honestly, I enjoyed annual with the price point that it was at and the cards I was pulling.
I like the annual the best too for this
Oh,
year.
that's nice.
Nice.
That's
Really
an awesome
nice.
saber tooth. That
Yeah, that's sick. I like the like kind of textured of the flipped
That's the
effects.
flip. Is that
Yeah,
just the flipped or is it a first?
that's a flip. You know,
All right.
what's the odds for pulling a flip? Is it like 2 a box or something like that?
I think you get
let me see how
3
many.
a box.
I think it's 3 a box. Yeah, because I have.
That's
So
pretty
you've
nice.
got the rainbow, another rainbow here.
Mhm.
And I've got 3 flipped effects. So yeah, it's 3 a box.
Yeah.
The rainbow is 2. But yeah, I like that.
Van Venom says he's got a case of What If coming, and he has no idea of how good or bad it's going to be. Yeah, is there a checklist out for What If, or do we
I
Not
haven't
like a
seen
real
it yet.
checklist, but they have the
Yeah.
inserts that are going to be in there.
see? That's the part that really gets me with Upper Deck. Is
I think that one is going to be a really fun rip though.
if you're going to
personally.
allow people to buy your product, tell them what they're going to potentially get.
Second black.
You get 2 blacks.
Okay.
per-
Yeah,
Damn it. That's chewed to hell.
Yeah, that looks bad.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a nice Mystique, though. At least I got 2 really nice illustration boards. I think I got.
Yeah, the glow
Jarvis
in the
the
dark
other-
zombies are going to be cool, Ven.
Yeah, I heard people complaining about the characters in this set. To Nathan's point, like, guys, you get Upper Deck, you need to tell us who's in these sets. I'd imagine a bunch of people probably pre-ordered the set thinking that there'll be a Spider-Man card in here. I hear that there isn't one, right?
Swami. All right, so Swami says I got a few boxes of What If on the way. He's pumped for it, but they have to increase the print run. And how can they do that if they tell us what's in the product? Agreed. Agreed.
So I'm just going through and making sure I don't have,
Any first appearance variations or anything like
yeah,
that? Okay, so you got the auto 199,
mhm.
right?
Yep. And I got the
and the
transparent.
transparent. Yep. So that would be essentially kind of like your 2 hits from the box then.
Yeah, that's the 2 hits from the box.
Yep.
So
And how are you feeling overall, Matt? on this
first box, yay. Second box, nay. So, I mean, I'm happy that I got the Kraven, but I'm aggravated with the fact that both cards have this damage on the bottom. I mean, it's just come on.
Yeah.
Like in the exact same spot, right here in the middle, and it's not lifted. Actually, it is dented and pulled up. It's just like some of those Fua cards we were seeing, where like it was ripped. and pulled, basically, from like the rollers having maybe adhesive on them or something that was just ripping off some of the bottom of the cards. And like somebody had a Falcon 1 of 1 that was like completely just pulled. And I think they sent him maybe a green PMG of Vision, I think. I can't remember exactly what their placement was. It was a green PMG and something else that they got. So overall, not a bad box. I mean, for the price point that I paid for it, though, two and done.
I think that's where it comes into play, right? Because like Matt says here, he's a weirdo. He loves the obscure characters. It's like a history lesson. I agree. I think there's some really cool art that you don't get to see otherwise.
Yeah.
But again, price point does play a factor into how much you enjoy it as well.
And then like the like just the allure of the set, certain inserts, being associated with the sets not being in it, like
yeah.
I mean, I'll probably list that Falcon on eBay more than likely tomorrow. But the Sankovic, and I don't know, I might contact Upper Deck about those two hits and see if there's anything that can be done for those, because that's definitely a manufacturing error on both of those. So we'll see. Overall turnaround time has been really good for getting my replacement cards from Upper Deck.
I've heard people say that they've been able to ask if they could keep the damaged card if it's damaged enough. Like it doesn't make sense to send it in because what are they going to do with it anyway? To save you on the shipping too, at least. But this is the Lineage card. This is the first one I've seen. Neo Cards and Comics pulled this one, and it's the X23 out of 5. So
have you heard from Jake yet?
Yeah, I heard from Jake on this one already. I heard from Jake on several listings lately. He missed out on some of the X23 Planet Metal Golds. They got listed on eBay, and then somebody else just listed another X23 something or other that he was disappointed he missed out on. But so X23, you get the Lineage here, 6 different comic cuts. Now, do we know if? I mean, we probably won't know 100% until we see more of them. Are they all 5 going to have the same cuts in them, or are they going to be like actual comic cuts and all 5 are going to have 6 different cuts in them? Like, did we cut up 5 different books to make these 5 X23s?
It's possible. I mean, they have.
Are we going to get?
Sorry, the Avengers versus. The Avengers medals coming out, so maybe there's some characters that cross over with that, and they're using some of those comic cuts for that.
Right, because I mean, they're essentially just taking small portions of the book, with it just being the Laura images that they're using here. So, but I mean, cool looking book. I think if I had to pick between this and the splash pages, I would probably go after this more. If it was a character, like if they had a Domino splash page or a Domino Lineage booklet, I'd probably go after the Lineage booklet.
Yeah. And he did say that he did buy that. He did not get that sent to him. It wasn't a Lala moment. It wasn't sent from Upper Deck. So that was definitely something he went to his LCS and picked up.
Hey, sometimes you just hit. Sometimes you just hit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. But
why spend money to clean the packing rollers if they'll buy it anyway?
And there's nobody actually looking at QA
Switch, there. Neo Card and Comics pulled that, sir.
Yeah.
Swami says the books are sick. Yeah. The zombies.
Did he pull that on his YouTube?
I haven't seen him post a video about it, but I know he was getting ready to go to Nationals. But the past couple of videos he put out, I haven't seen this content.
I think he commented on a post. Like he did not do it on camera. He just
never happened then. Never happened. He bought the booklet off of somebody else.
Traded a bunch of Star Wars cards for
cool,
that.
It's cool to see one though. So to actually see one
early on too.
Yeah.
So they're out there,
and they're not all just the E-Pack, right? They are at least some are out there. So.
I wonder if like the pack was like super thick, like if you knew immediately. Like I would have loved to see that on YouTube.
Matt says there have never been more than 2 identical cuts in any release set to his knowledge, so it feels like they have to be different. I hope they are. Because then that makes each one feel a little bit more special too. So
probably same comic issues, but just different
panels from
panels,
those issues.
Right? Yeah, I would assume
that would make sense. Kind of just like they've done with the comic cuts in the past.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some updates from MentalCon. We had Fred and Ian. Obviously, we did the interview there, and they donated 2 sketch cards, which, of course, they don't do sketch card commissions for anything, really. Most of their commissions are months and months in advance, and they're larger format. But they donated 2 commissions for MentalCon, and they've sent some updates. These aren't finished yet, but they're getting close. So I wanted to share these with you guys. The 2 winners both picked Maskless Ghost Spider. So 2 people paying $3,000 plus for separate commissions from different parts of the world both wanted Maskless Ghost Spider, which is crazy. And neither one of them knew what the other one picked. So, so we got a couple images here. So this is going to be one of the cards. You got the Ghost Spidey symbol in the background.
Wow.
Like I said, these aren't finished yet, but they are going to send us more pictures as they progress and get closer to being finished. They probably got a couple more layers, I'm guessing, to this. Not that long ago, they sent me some images, and it was like the face and the hair had been started, and then penciling of the other outlines was there. So card number 1, card number 2.
Wow.
I think from what I've heard, a lot of people really like card number 2 here. And I think it's because you have that big contrast between the background and the character already in this one. Whereas
I think the hood too, just
the hood being up on the head.
And that card right there, go back to number 1 for me if you would. That actually looks like almost like a mashup between Haley Steinfeld and Emma Stone to me. Like kind of some of the facial features.
Yeah.
Like that's what it looks like to me. Like they tried to, but they didn't, use any type of reference from model. They said
I sent these 2 to Daniel, and he said that this one looks like Lindsay Lohan.
I can see that. Yeah, it looks like a mashup between Ghost Spider as we know her today and the Silver Age first appearance with the headband over.
I mean, it looks more like Emma Stone to me, like in the terms of the face and everything.
Yeah,
so.
It's beautiful. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think it's the background that's making it pop. On the second one,
this one, the suit itself kind of blends into the background more so on this one. Oops, than it does on this image here, where the character is completely separated from the background. Now I'm sure like the webbing is probably going to get some coloring to add it to that, some white or whatever.
I like the wrinkles in the cloak too. That's really cool. It's like what Ash does with his, where he's kind of got it a little loose, basically.
Yeah. This one is the contrast for me with the background and the character. I think I'd be curious to see how they finish off the first one you showed, but they're both beautiful.
Barbie Gwen. This one here.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if they're going to keep that background white or if they'll do a different color.
Because they had messaged me, they're like, "How do we decide who gets what card?" I'm like, "I don't know. Flip a coin."
Yeah.
Which one did you start drawing on first? Give that to the person that won the first auction. Yeah, I would probably just say flip a coin, and this one goes to A, and this one goes to B, and that way it's a complete surprise for them.
Yeah.
But no, they're crushing those. I like them. I love the fact that they helped out as much as they did with the MentalCon stream. That was amazing. And next year is just going to be so much bigger because we're going to have so many other. How
much did they go for, or did they end up selling?
The first one was a proxy bid from China. They're not allowed for YouTube, Instagram, any of that stuff. So they follow Fred and Ian on Facebook, and they had posted that they were doing that to kind of draw attention to it to their fans and stuff across the world. And that person reached out to Fred and Ian and said, "Hey, I want to put in a bid. I can't do it though because I don't have access to these. How can I do this?" So they put them in touch with me, We verified a few things to make sure that it was a legit bid and that it wasn't just going to be like they weren't going to pay for it sort of thing.
Yep.
We let the bidding start, and during the stream, I was waiting for confirmation from them that they still wanted to place their bid, because I didn't want to like place the bid and have them go, oh, I changed my mind. So as bidding started for the first card, I was waiting for a message back. They're like, yes, place my bid. So that's when it went from like $800 to $3,000, and everybody else was just like, and they just like bidding on the first one stopped. But I think that created confirmation bias on the second one, because that one ended up selling for $3,100 for the second.
Wow.
Yep.
So yeah, between those two cards alone, they raised $6,100 for the Wounded Warrior project, which is awesome.
Yeah, once that price point was set, they were just like, yeah, like
That's crazy.
it just jumped.
Yeah, and that kind of went back and forth a little bit there, because Daniel was in it for quite a while too, and I think until it hit like 2,500, and then somebody else jumped in, and that's when it kind of like it broke 3,000 at that point in time. And
Yeah.
guys, I'm going to drop this in the chat on all the channels. This is the Marvel Trade Night Discord channel, and this is where you can go to essentially post things that you have available for trade, the things that you're looking to pick up through trades, work out trades in there. It's where you're going to get social media drops for when they do their next live stream as well. So be sure you head over there. Feel free to join the Discord if you want, and just kind of see what everybody else, you'll be able to see what everybody else is posting that they have available for trade too. So Tim, were you on the stream, right, for the trade night, or no?
Yeah,
I don't know if you were on the stream, but you were like kind of in chat a little bit, or no?
So I popped in for a brief second, maybe like 15, 20 minutes. But I did 2 trades that they posted that I'm pretty excited about.
Because you and Matt were working on a trade, and Matt, I think that's the one where Matt was like, "Nah, man, I got to give you something else, right?"
Yeah, and him and I had a conversation, because I was like, "Where's he going with this?" Because I knew I've been hunting for like 2018 autos for a while, and I'm like, "What is he talking about?" But we verified, like, he thought that it was 2016, or he was confusing 2016 Masterpiece prices with 2018 prices. So we were able to work out a deal, and they actually posted it on their Instagram, the Marvel Training Night. So I actually did 2 deals.
Nice,
cool. That they both posted. So I'm looking forward to getting those cards in.
Yeah, I did a trade with Matt too, so we got to get more people involved, so that way Matt's not the only one doing trading.
Yeah.
I was actually trying to reach out to Justin about getting that Venom sketch that he had, the Chris Foreman one, but we could never touch base. And then I saw it like pop up, and I was like, "Son of a bitch!" And it went. So hey, it's got a new owner. They'll appreciate it. That's fine. But yeah, I got a bunch of sketches I'm going to pull. Probably I might join Trade Night in the future and see if I can get something else. Yeah,
Matt says the first rule about Trade Night is you must talk about Trade Night. So
definitely helps.
Because we were in Trade Night, I got to talk about Trade Night. I'm contractually obligated now.
So. You signed with the dotted line. Another news too, PSA has jumped on to ComC, so you can now send your ComC cards straight to grading, which that may be a good or a bad thing, because
with CGC or PSA, there's probably a little bit of an upcharge, but
it's $24 up to $4.99, I believe. And then it's also for autos. So if you have a card that's, auto as well, you want to get that authenticated.
Yeah, you got to pay that little bit extra.
It's $29.99. So I had a few cards that I'd sent off for reprocessing about a week and a half ago. I was really hoping they would come back so I could go ahead and take a closer look at them, because you can never tell with those scans. They're just god awful, unfortunately, off of EPAC. But yeah, I pulled a Spider-Woman out of 13 animation cell, autographed by Ko Cacao, and I was hoping to get a better look at it. It looked okay, but I just wanted to have it reprocessed to see, just make sure there was no like major issues with it before I sent it off for $30.
I can't bring myself to submit anything through ComC for grading that's not PC. Just because I feel like I need to look at the card more before I decide if I want to spend the money to grade it.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody else does that, but
if I'm selling cards and getting good prices on a lot of the cards that I'm selling, and the money's just sitting in the account, and it's going to cost me whatever fee it is to pull it off and put it in my bank account. I might as well just go ahead and do it if I can get it reprocessed and there's good scans and I can see what it looks like, for the most part. But there's not a card that's like got a bunch of foiling on it and stuff like that where you have to zoom in and see where the dings are and everything else. But the animation still, I feel, is one that, you can't really mess that card up too much. You could see corner dings and things like that on it. So I figured that would be a good gamble to go ahead and take a look at and see if that would be one. And it's out of 13. So I figured that would be a nice one to send off to take a look. Also, too, as Armando's pointing out, there is a ComC app now. I've not downloaded it, but I've heard there are issues with it. Apparently, when you go to sign in, it's forcing you to reset your password. And
I signed in. I didn't have to do that with it.
Okay, so maybe they fixed that.
It could be Android version versus iOS version 2. That's a possibility as well.
Could be, but their response was basically just reset your password. So
I want to reset my password.
Don't want to reset their password,
or they don't know their password in the first place, so they can reset it.
Yeah, or they've lost. I hope they don't have lost access to the email tied to their ComC account because that would really suck. So.
Jesse says they patched the sign in.
Yeah,
so that's good. They must have fixed that already then. Good. Yeah, Armando says no issues with the iPhone app. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. The only thing I clicked on that took me off of the app was when I clicked on my dashboard. That took me to the website. Everything else worked right within app. And I was messing around with it a little while ago. So,
but I mean, if we want to take a look at like the process, I can pull it up real quick.
Yeah, if you want to pull that up, do the screen share for the PSA grading.
Yep.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
All right, cool.
So I've already got my.
Yep.
Just making sure you guys can see that. Make it a little bigger here. So I've got a few things in here. Like I've got the FUA yellow plate for Captain America there.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to look at that if I'm going to send that one off, honestly. So I'll probably send this one home.
Love that art.
Yeah, I really like the Silver Age. Pulled this actually not too long ago, too, this Mitch Ballard. I was kind of shocked when I saw half of Wolverine's face there on that one. So you get Black Widow and Black Knight.
Oh,
Black Knight, yeah, right there. But I'm not grading any sketch cards. But just for example, here's another autograph. I did pull Wiccan, and that's the Omega. But you can see that is
chipping on the edges,
on the edges there, and up here too. So that's when I'm not sending off to get graded. I'm kind of wondering if this is going to have the little other card, the little COA card that the pack pulled
that
ones
comes with it when you pull it.
Yeah, I'm hoping it does have that. But I was contemplating sending off this one. So this is a platinum out of 100 medallion. I can't really tell. I have to send it off to have it looked at for reprocessing. But that corner, it's bulging, so I can't tell what the condition is.
If it's just reflection from the sleeve.
If it's just a reflection or if it's actually got some damage. And right here, it looks like there might be a little foiling issue.
Man, this is terrible. I'm like, you have to really examine these scans.
And that's where, like, even with the elite processing, there's so many things you can't check for. Like, you can't check for print lines and stuff like that.
Yeah. This was another one. That's the auto. That's almost the alpha too. That's 2 out of 25 for the Jason Judah Hero Queen, the White Queen.
Very nice.
But yeah, honestly, I'm probably just gonna send it all home in the near future.
Those probably have a lot less issues with them than the pack pulled ones did.
Hopefully.
Because the tops aren't getting all smashed, I would imagine.
Yeah, they're not getting moved around and shipping and everything. So, but I should just send this one in for shits and giggles, honestly. Just get the number one PSA 10. That's not going to get. That's I can already tell that's got.
So the process for going to PSA though, it's about the same as with the CGC stuff. Right?
Yeah. So let's just go ahead and show the process real quick here. We'll just go ahead and do let's do Rick Jones out of 25 here, the Sapphire. So, God, of all the Sapphires to pull. But so you go over here, of course. Where did it go? Here it is. Go to your actions, and then you got submit for grading. Now you have both options, PSA or CGC.
Oh, did it open a new window?
Yep. Did it open a new window? Oh,
Yep.
sorry.
Yeah,
Let me.
That's okay. So if you stop presentation and then you go back, just share window instead of the tab.
I'm just in the wrong tab there. Let me kill that one. Here we go.
I still can't get over your mural that you got there, Tim.
Yeah. Ben Venom says, I'll trade you my Sapphire Tigra for Rick.
I would take that if he's interested in that. Yeah.
It's sweet though. At least you get options.
Yep. So yeah, you of course have to do your declared value. So it's I've got it set for $60. So continue. And then you got your, price specifications here. You got your $4.99 max value. Now, if it's something crazy and you're sending it off, that of course they're going to check the comps, at Heritage and other auction sites and see what's sold. You may or may not get an upcharge. So,
but like for the value that you set before, you should always do $4.99, right? Because they're not going to charge you more. And then at least the insurance covers you for $4.99.
Yep. Yep. So then you just click that, and then you go to the bottom, and you would just go ahead and agree to the terms, and then you would click your use store credit of $24. Now you have to have credit on your account, of course, in order to do that.
Yeah.
So, but so if you have like it's $24 exactly. I'm not quite sure if it would work, but they would take out of your available store credit right there.
So I would imagine other options like autograph, grading,
let's
reholder stuff would show up if the card was already in a folder or was an autographed card.
Yeah. So when I did autograph like for one of these, let me see if it'll. So let me change the share screen real quick here.
Steph says save it for trade night. Yeah, do it in the Discord. Do it in the trade night Discord.
So you'll see now you've got the option since it does recognize it as an autographed card.
Yep.
So
and if it was in a slab, then it would. If it was in a slab when you go into the grading, it would pull up a reholder option for you as well, or potentially a crossover option if it was like a CGC slab. I would imagine.
I feel like $29 is pretty good for the autograph. Card and autograph.
It's not bad at all. For that,
I don't know what it is normally, but I thought it was more expensive. I don't know.
I think it's like plus $10.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, I used to have a PSA account, and it used to be plus like $9.99. I have a quick question. So, like, once they grade this, does that 12-week turnaround just PSA, or does that include ComC's like re-scanning?
That's their like whole processing time for. So, like a lot of the ComC stuff says 8 weeks for like their bulk stuff, but usually it's about 4 to 5 weeks. You're getting it back into ComC still.
God, $820 for 2-week turnaround time. Dear Lord.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking, $10,000,
$10,000
cards.
Yeah, but still, if you had a $10,000 card, I mean, you're spending $1,000 just to get it back in 2 weeks.
To me, I'm not a fan of the value tiers. I understand that there's insurance involved with them, and that's part of what the grading fee is covering is the insurance aspect. But if there doesn't end up being an issue, then give me my money back beyond my grading fee. I pay an insurance deposit. That way, if something happens to my card, my insurance covers it. But if it didn't need to claim for anything, But like insurance, they need everybody to pay in the insurance. That way, when they have to pay those out, they have the money to pay them out, right? That way, when they mess up Melfi's cards,
yep,
bid. Oh man!
So cool, guys. Tim, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate you so much for hanging out.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Wait,
any giveaways today?
I have some Unbound cards I could throw somebody's way.
I got some.
You had mentioned something earlier. Did you want to do one?
Yeah, let's give away these. I got
right,
some 2020 Marvel Masterpiece parallels.
All right, let me put this up. Let me make you over here. Let me go here. All right, so wait.
Oops.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, so I have a purple Blade
Oh, nice.
and a purple Hercules and an orange Legion. There you go.
Awesome.
I do have a sketch card potentially. Yeah, you know what? Let's give it away.
We'll tell them you got some fans in the chat.
I'm not, and my wife's name is Jennifer.
Yeah, I can tell you that. Oh, wow.
Is that her account?
That is not.
She's trolling you.
So here's a Wolverine sketch I did the other day. It was kind of a speed sketch. I wanted to see if I can do it pretty quickly. And it's on Metscon stock.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
And so I'll go ahead and give this away too.
Okay. You want it? So you want to run 2 then? All right. So what do you want for the first one? What do you want for the masterpieces giveaway?
You can just put hashtag 2020mm, I guess, for the masterpiece.
2020mm. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate you doing that.
Yeah.
Get this pulled up there. And then while we're doing this, guys, hashtag 2020mm. Get it in there. If you're capital M's or lowercase m's, it doesn't matter. It'll pull it through just the same. But Venom asked, what's the story behind the mural?
So this room used to be just my work from home office, and then my wife and I had a kid, and we were trying to decorate the room, and she bought all the furniture and the shelving in here, and I was able to pick one thing, which was that mural.
The biggest thing possible, though, which is great. Is that Alex Ross art?
It is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. Chat, get those hashtags in there. 2020mm. Tim is giving away some 2020 masterpieces stuff. And then he's going to do a second giveaway where he's giving away a Wolverine sketch on the Mentalcon stock. How do you like that stock?
It's honestly, it's the best stock that I've done anything on.
Nice, man.
I've been using Bristol Boards trading card stock, which is fine, but it's really thin. And there's a little bit of warping when you put paint on it. But
Gotcha.
This stock is thick enough to handle it without warping the card at all.
Yeah, it's I think it's like a 32-point stock.
Yeah, it's pretty
so
good.
By itself, it'll fit into a normal top loader, but usually I tell people just penny sleeve it, put it in a 55, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I've been putting it in these. I got like a bunch of these one touches. So I've been shipping all the sketches that I've done out in those one touches. So.
I'm starting to think this is your wife. This your wife?
Oh snap! That is my wife. Now I recognize the picture. She changed her profile picture. That is 100%.
That's why she wants to know if you're single. See, she's checking to make sure you're not out there hooking up, and she's like,
I didn't recognize the icon. It was so tiny. Yeah, that's 100% my wife.
Shenanigans.
Well, hello, Jen. How are you?
Thank you for letting
Valor.
me come on.
Valor, are you serious, Valor? You know better than that. You know where it's at.
Hey, buddy.
It's right. It's coming up. It's right here. It's right here. Primary chat this week.
It's a me, Mario.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, that's very coincidental that she's asking with the winky face if he's single, and he's like, and her name is Jennifer.
I had I didn't recognize the photo.
I'm honest.
He's like, I don't watch my UI's YouTube channel. I don't know what her logo.
I think I got
like.
some brownie points though, because I was like, I didn't know it was her, and I was like,
and you're like, no.
How dare you deny your wife?
Taken, ladies. Just back off.
Is she like Marvel too?
It's not her. You gotta watch out for.
My wife is she's like an action movie buff more than anything. Steph's
got
likes it.
Gotcha.
Steph's got it. Steph's like, I figured it out. Because Steph said earlier, he's like, it's at the bottom. What do you mean? What are you talking about? And he's like, I finally figured it out. It's at the bottom.
Steph is on top of it. He's like, do it in the trade night. At the
Yeah,
bottom, give him the moderator.
bottom. That's right. Give him mod permissions. Guys, we got 25 watching and only 11 entries for the Masterpieces cards. Get it hooked up. But yeah, you don't got to watch out for her. This is the guy you got to watch out for. He'll steal you away. He will steal you away.
Quick side note with the trade night. I met a couple of people that I've never talked to and had like very long, extensive conversations with, and it was super cool.
Tim, I got to interrupt you real quick. We got a very special guest joining us tonight, guys. Welcome in, Sir Daniel. How are you?
I'm okay. What's up, guys?
What's up,
How
buddy?
you doing, buddy?
Good. You can't see
Long
me.
time no see. Oh, we can see you. You're not John Cena.
Just turn the brightness up.
Valor, what's up,
I
man?
see you, Nathan. Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Did you get in for the 2020 Masterpiece giveaway?
No, I don't. I'm out of the loop. I don't know what's going on. So
Hashtag 2020MM. Tim is giving away a couple Masterpieces cards.
awesome.
Got a Legion orange, Hercules purple,
And a blade.
and what was the other one?
Blade.
Blade.
Nice.
Oops.
Swami's like, lights go out at the gym tonight, right? Daniel's there pumping iron in the dark.
No, I wish. Where I'm staying at right now, I don't have a key, so
Live from Cell Block 9. Oh, no.
poor joke.
Daniel's got 10 minutes, guys. 10-minute phone call. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, that's fine.
All right, let's see. Go ahead and let's go ahead and run this one. One more entry, guys. Hashtag 2020MM. Get it in there. Let's get to 15 and run this giveaway, and then we'll move on to the Wolverine. Come on, Armando. Where are those entries? I know you got like 20 accounts. Guys, Tim's giving you free Masterpieces cards. Take them.
Good characters too. Blade,
Yeah, no
purple.
doubt. Serial number stuff, yeah. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Even gave you guys full countdown tonight. Good luck, guys. Brittany's winning. Nice.
Way to go,
Congrats,
Brittany.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Tim, best place for her to reach out to you is OffWhite Tim on Instagram.
Yeah, off_white.tim.
There you go. I think if you just search it too, it'll show up just good. Let's do.
Has Tim been showing off the sketch cards he's been doing?
Yes.
He has, yeah. We talked about those kind of at the start of the stream here. We showed he showed off the one that you got. Oh, you got it right there.
Yeah, conveniently.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is sick.
Oh yeah.
I love the purple, man. It is killer.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
want?
not- it's the only Marvel vs. Capcom sketch of Venom.
Nice.
So Tim killed it. I'm very grateful. I wish I could be more happy to have it, but I'm very blessed to have it. I'll put it that way.
It's a great looking card. Yeah, he showed us the image of it earlier.
Yeah, I try with any like recreation type of stuff. I think the best way to do that is just make it its own kind of one-on-one. So like, if someone came up to me and tried to, ask me for the same image, I just wouldn't do it because I've already done it for Daniel. So
Hashtag Tim, guys. I'm gonna pull Tim up and he can show us the sketch card that he's giving away.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
The Wolverine.
That's a killer Wolverine too.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy getting in up on this.
Oh yeah.
He's like, oh yeah.
I don't enter giveaways often, but for these,
Daniel, I did this one for Melfi.
Oh dang,
crazy.
Yeah. Really nice.
that's weird, man.
I don't know.
So what's next on the itinerary? Are there any characters that you want to do?
There's a Ghost Rider concept that's sitting in my head that I'm pretty scared to tackle.
Well, this guy, that guy. Dang, I cannot point. That guy in the comments popped up right there. Huge Ghost Rider guy. So
I did. I see. Matt Fuller's in the chat. I did add something to your trade package, so I hope you like it.
Wow.
Nice.
I'll share with chat, but I can't show what stock it's on. But so I had to commission an AP here.
Nice.
It's Jeffrey Benitez, and it glows in the dark too.
Oh
That's
wow.
so badass.
So can't share that at the bottom. But I asked him for another card I wanted to mash up because I guess there was a little miscommunication on what I wanted. But I wanted a mashup of Ghost Rider and Spider-Punk, so he got me that one.
I think
love
that's
that
pretty
card.
cool though. I think that's pretty
Yeah.
cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might get a 2-panel one of a Flaming Skateboard with him riding that in the near future. But yeah, I'm really happy to have that. And stock it's on is appropriate. Let's put it that way. So
I was talking to Retro today, and he said to not let Nathan convince me to do him a Domino's.
Jake controlling all the time. Yeah.
I could just hear him too. Now he's like, don't let him do it.
But if you want, hit me up, Nathan, and Thorpa. Just message
brother.
me.
Absolutely.
I'd love to, add to your guys' collection as well.
For sure. I can't wait till you and Alonzo are getting stuff in. If you have ambitions of doing sketch cards, obviously, but I think that'd be so cool to be able to pull your guys' stuff from products. So
yeah, I just figured out how to submit to Upper Deck. So
nice.
I'm gonna wait a few months, get a couple more cards in, and then submit, see what happens, see if they have any feedback for me, and
All right, guys. 29 watching, 27 watching. 2 of you decided to bail. 19 entries. I started talking. They're like, we're out. 19 entries. Let's get one more in here. Hashtag. No, Matt, I'm not giving your comment light of day. Let's get one more in here for the Wolverine sketch, guys. Tim's graciously giving away another giveaway tonight. So thank you, Tim. Appreciate that. It's been awesome talking with you tonight, man, and just listening to your thoughts on stuff and talking about your art.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate it.
Anytime. Hashtag Tim, guys. One more. Let's get it going. We got 30 people watching. How do we only have 19 entries for a Wolverine sketch?
That's
Michael got in there.
Giveaway.
Nice.
Michael got in there. Nice. Steph won. Congratulations.
So
Congrats.
Steph is in Australia, though.
Steph's in Australia, so you guys will have to work something out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a heads up.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Congrats, Steph. Always winning on the channel. Always winning. So, well, cool, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you hanging out. Matt, Melfi, Tim, you guys got anything else?
No, just wanted to say thanks again to Tim for the sketch. I'm super excited.
Spin again.
Spin
again. Are you serious? Do you want me to spin again, Steph? I could spin again.
Hey, Steph, I'll send you some EPAC cards, man. I got a bunch of extra stuff. Just shoot me a message, and I'll take care
That's
of you.
cool of you, man.
Yeah.
Just give me a confirmation of yes in the chat, and I can spin again. There is a little bit of a delay from the time that we talk to the time chat sees it, and then a delay with the comments coming back. So we'll give it a little bit there just to make sure that that's what he wants to do. But yeah, it's fun. We'll keep it a shorter show tonight.
And I wasn't trying to call you out being in Australia. I was just letting them know that, like, hey, you're in
making them
Australia.
feel bad for winning.
But I will take care of you. Like I said, I've got your EPAC. So
Derp, I have a couple extra Unbound cards too, so that I'll send you.
Okay,
Wonderful.
that sounds great.
He says, "Yeah, I can't do that to Tim." All right, man. All right, here we go, guys. Good luck,
man.
Tim. Thanks again for the giveaways. Steph, thanks for paying it forward.
Thanks, Steph.
Good luck, guys. If he wins again, though, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Armando, congratulations, man.
He lives in Australia. Spin it
He lives
again.
in Australia. Spin again.
He's in like Ukraine or something. They can't even get mail. Congrats, Armando. You know how to get a hold of Tim. Congratulations. And he's a Wolverine guy, so
He is.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
yeah, so that works out good.
That'll work.
So, Steph, thanks again, man. Well, guys, keep it short tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So thanks,
Short
Joe.
and sweet.
We all need a little bit. We all need a little.
We got
bit
through a
break.
lot too. We
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
we did good.
Yeah, we did a lot of different discussions tonight, and I appreciate that's good. So, all right, chat. Thanks again for hanging out with us and being a part of the show, and always come by every week. So I think we hit 30 at one point tonight, so that's awesome. Appreciate that. Don't forget this guy right here. Hey, I pointed the right direction. This guy right here. Throw him a like. Give him a sub if you could. We're getting close to 1,000 on my channel. We're at like 962-ish. So we're gonna do something special once we do hit 1,000. I know I owe Jen a tattoo once I hit 1,000. So
Oh, jeez.
I somehow walked myself back asswards into that one. But yeah,
Literally.
it's all right. It'll be an X-Men team tattoo. So, but we were talking about doing that live on camera somehow. I don't know.
Oh,
We'll figure
Lord.
it out. But it won't be in an inappropriate area either. It'll be like calf area. So, we'll have to let like a little kid like do a stick figure drawing of it or something with like Cyclops shooting laser beams out. So, all right, guys, take it easy. I'm rambling. See ya. Bye.
Good night, everybody.